Fucking hip hop. Fucking hip hop. Sometimes I say it, I'm apprehensive when I say it, Heather, because I don't really believe it.
Just tell the truth.
Sometimes I just say it like this, hip hop.
Oh, wow, my mic is stupid loud.
Kind of a question.
Just tell the truth.
It all started for these guys in 1990.
Oh, man.
Same year we came on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
Just tell the truth.
The radio.
Come on, man.
The radio.
The radio.
Step and play. These dudes have been so instrumental. I mean, they've been on the show before, man. I could come up with 20 introductions to say how important they've been to our development, our evolution, to the culture.
Yeah.
They've been our brothers. Me and King Tech look at those dudes like our brothers, you know, and I think we've been on similar quests throughout our careers, and these dudes have fought adversity the same way we did, you know.
We're like coastal twins almost.
I feel like it, Bob.
Right?
We do similar. We look similar.
I guess.
Me and Stretch. Wait, hold on. We got Bobbito and Stretch Armstrong in here today.
The audience is thick up in
Yeah,
here.
man, dude, we got a
live
lot.
audience.
Yeah, a lot of people follow us now, so you know they're ready to apply. Just say anything, Stretch. Go ahead. Any word.
Your headphones have improved here.
The radio.
You won their approval. Well, we're here to talk about this new album, No Request. This is your first album?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Debut.
Imagine that.
Newbies.
Damn, y'all never did an album back then?
You know what? You know what? It's so funny. I was just thinking about this. Bust this. Hold on.
Bust it.
Bust this. I was thinking, like, so me and Stretch, you know, we had the great pleasure of being on the radio. And Stretch and I had the great pleasure of being on the radio in the 90s.
Yeah.
And, you know, introducing the world to unsigned Nas, Biggie, you know, Wu-Tang, but, you know, on and on. Right?
Damn, did he say Nas, Biggie, Wu-Tang, Jay-Z? The artifacts? Did he throw the
big
artifacts?
pun.
Okay,
Yeah.
big pun.
So imagine if me and Stretch were a production team at that point, and these 16, 17-year-olds were coming up to our show, and we were like, yo, here's a beat tape. You know, if you get signed, let us know. Like, maybe we could do some. Imagine had we done that.
You would not be here today.
Imagine how many bongos would have been on those beats if you were involved in the production.
That's the crazy thing, Sway, is that Stretch was anti-Bobby Bongos back then.
Were you?
Yes.
Bongos in this album.
The bongos are crazy in this album.
This is not a hip-hop album.
Right.
Okay. Oh, that's fair.
Bongos don't really work in
and that's why
the
the album is called No Request.
DJ Wonder, can I get an amen?
I like bongos, man.
I'm talking. All right. This is a separate debate now.
It's Rich Nice is here. He does soul in the horn, and they play bongos every Friday.
He
Yes,
played
of
bongos
course.
in the hallway when we walk in here. Yo,
I'm not anti-bongo. I love bongo. I love conga. I love all that stuff.
Apache, bongo rock.
Stretch is a bongo
I
hater.
know, but I'm talking
Stretch
90s
loves
hip-hop.
bongos.
Those beats, it's not the place. Heather B knows what I'm talking about.
Heather, you know what I'm talking
I
about?
concur.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh!
Back then, that wouldn't have worked.
That wasn't it. That wasn't
The
it.
sounds you about
there were
to hear.
bongos. There were bongos in the 80s.
Sprinkles in the 80s. It wouldn't have worked heavy in the 90s. Like the shit, I told you, everybody was on chocolate tie. We smoking that strain back then. The bongos didn't
Bongos and
go.
register-
No. Keep it 100. Henny and chocolate tie. You know bongos.
Wait, quarters now in
Sprinkles.
quarters in session. The mark.
No,
when you
those
put
aren't
bongos, those not bongos.
those aren't congas or bongos. That's some other.
Oh, that's
percussion.
something that's
Yeah.
a flute, I think. Shit.
There was a flute.
Yeah.
Sound nice, check one.
All right. Go beats. Go
Go.
beats. Come on.
Go.
Listen, we can find exceptions to all this,
It
but
was
let me just tell you
sprinkles.
something.
But that's not
I
the
know
90s,
what the fuck
though.
I'm talking about.
That's
That's
the
80s. I just said the 80s.
Sprinkles.
Heather and Stretch might be up.
Listen. Let's just stop this.
What?
Stop this.
Okay.
I know what I'm talking about. Facts. I am an expert. Okay. All right.
I got one.
Let's move on.
One last one.
Another sprinkle.
Hold up.
Feelings right.
Hold on, that's not it. Hold on.
Yeah,
I got it.
That's a rim
Anyway,
shot.
it's one of
That
these.
was a rim shot.
One of these Diggable Planet songs. All right, relax.
Yeah, we're not talking Diggable Planets. That wasn't hot. Let's just stop it.
Rim shots had that. Rim shots was under investigation too.
Yo, wait.
Oh, wait. That was controversial?
No, wait.
I said Diggable Planets. That wasn't hot. Heather, let's not go there.
Wait, time out. Eric,
my label mate.
Wait.
I love Diggable.
Wait, hold on. Eric Bobo, Cypress Hill.
Oh, okay. No.
Now what?
Hold on. For live
now
shows.
What?
For live shows.
The son of Willie Bobo.
For
at
live
that.
shows.
The son
For
of
live
Willie
The
Bobo.
son
shows.
of yes.
For live shows.
And it was a sprinkle.
And Rob Marksman cousin.
Really?
Just tripping. Yeah, that's Rob
What's
Marksman's
Cypress
cousin.
Hill's hottest record album?
I love their first one. The Hand on the Pump.
There might be, Latin lingo has percussion in it.
A sprinkle.
Wait.
Right. Okay.
Sprinkles count though.
Sprinkles count.
They can count, but it's not heavy. A sprinkle.
Something with a rim shot.
And the bangers. Come on.
Okay, Stretch has a point.
Beastie Boys.
Yes, I was going to
Paul's
say that.
Boutique.
Beastie Boys.
Come on,
89,
Stretch.
89.
They reaching.
That's 89.
Heather.
89. Okay.
Yeah, that's 89.
Heather, you and I, we always
I
always
understand.
understood
All
each
right,
other.
hey, let me ask you. Did Heather come up to y'all show?
Yes.
Yes. What do you remember?
Stitch by Stitch. No, that was Ron B.
What are you talking
Heather
about?
Heather B. I'm sorry. No, I'm trying to visualize the
all Glocks down.
vinyl.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Oh,
vinyl.
you go by that. The visual.
Yeah, because a lot of records were white labels. You know,
Yes.
people call up our show and be like, "Yo, what record was that?" Be like, "We don't know."
We don't know. Because the fly shit about what they were doing, like a lot of test presses had to go to Stretch and Bobbito. As soon
Sway
as you
knows
got
that.
your, he know,
Yeah, he knows.
So
I like her to
it was
explain,
like,
though.
Come on, yeah, just for people.
People don't know, Bob.
People
We
don't
gotta,
know.
We gotta
You
start
know?
from the beginning.
Yeah.
Do kids know what test pressings are?
No.
No.
So they know what they barely know what downloads are.
Yeah.
They just know streams.
Stream. Got you.
Yeah. So test pressing.
Okay.
You want to, it's
Let
like a
us-
prototype.
Yeah,
Or-
it's a pre-release of the physical copy of what your single or album is going to be.
Yeah.
Limitedly pressed as well.
Yes.
Only a few people got them.
Yeah.
So they might do 10, 20.
Nah.
Nah, not even 20, 10, 5 to
Indie,
10.
on an indie 12-inch
Yeah.
like Heather B's,
Yeah.
the indie, what's the, Do You?
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah, you might have had like
Maybe five.
five test pressings.
Test
Yeah.
pressing.
Yeah.
Huh. Hey, Jason's on the line from Chicago. Jay, what up, man?
Hey, Jay.
What up, Sway in the morning?
What's up, man? We got Bobbito and Stretch Armstrong up here. Ain't that great?
It is great. What's up? Happy Thursday. I got a song for Wonder. With bongos in the 90s. Notorious B.I.G. and the Brat. The B-side.
Ooh.
A sprinkle.
Wonder, where you at, Wonder?
That was a sprinkle. It wasn't like a whole flood.
Outstanding. That's why.
Outstanding. That's a sample.
Hold on. That's not even a song that's in the conversation.
It was platinum.
Great. So was Vanilla Ice. It's irrelevant.
Okay, we're not doing that. Big was on it, Stretch.
He just
Big was on it, man.
Yeah, Big.
That's a good point.
Yeah, Big got his checks. I'm not mad at him, but that was not hot.
Were you mad at him then when it came out, though?
I probably played that in a club.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
not on a Thursday night.
Not on the show. Yo, it was
89
different
Tech
back then,
9
Tracy.
FM.
It was different.
It was hard.
Yo,
though.
when Rakim did Friends, I sat in my room for a long time, like, damn, he's with Jody Watley. Is that okay?
But you know what? When the R did it was.
It was. When he did it,
he
it
was
was
fly on the R&B beats.
Yeah, it was dope. It made sense, but
I think Bob may have even liked that.
I don't even know it.
Not the song specifically,
Yeah.
but when Rakim
bring the song up.
Rakim-
Hold on, man. We're
Could-
gonna remind
R&B.
Bob.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Let's remind Bob. Bob, hey man, it's the shoe is popping, man. It's blowing up. He ain't listening.
Aye.
Hold on. Watch when I hear the verse. Yeah. That's why.
Beat
You
is so
see why I was
trash.
like that?
Yeah, I think I was.
Okay.
I don't know this record at all.
Okay, but wait till you hear.
Can you
his
go to
song.
Rakim's verse?
Yeah.
By the way,
Immediately.
that's not the remix version either. There's a remix version, but the drums are better.
Did y'all do the track masters do the song?
This is way before track matches. Way before us.
So be careful, you can try to enter the mind and prepare you. There's some ain't
Word.
that bad,
Yeah.
one might backstab to get their fingertips on
One
one
might
Yeah,
have.
but the cheese, they peeled back, they stripped down the cheesy.
Yeah, they took the cheese off the toast.
Yeah.
They took the cheese off the
But
toast.
Rakim, what is it? What's on your mind?
What's on your
I
mind?
want to know what's on your mind.
Yeah, no, it's incredible.
Yeah, that was incredible. Stretch Armstrong and Bobbito are here. The new project is called No Request. Before we get into that,
Bongo heavy, by the way.
bongo heavy.
And conga heavy. And plena drums and bomba drums, if you don't even know, that's Afro-Boricua roots music. We took it deep. We took layers. We went Afrobeat, we went samba, we went, Jamaican, we went And this is not just, this is the Jamaican song, this is the samba song. No, we in the midst of a song, and then we transitioning into transforming, and just really flexing. Our band is incredible.
We got the Cuisinart out.
The Cuisinart.
Cuisinart, yeah.
You brought that out?
No samples.
Yeah, we used the Cuisinart heavy.
No sample. Everything's replayed.
And we got go-go.
Band.
We got a go-go beat on the Crooklyn.
No shit.
On our version of
Crooklyn.
You guys handpicked every musician that played on this project?
Yes.
Talk about Eddie.
Okay,
Eddie Palmieri.
Yeah, Eddie Palmieri, 10-time Grammy Award winner, Latin music legend, National Endowment of the Arts jazz master. The fact that he even, has conversations with us is like mind blowing. But he's a friend at this point, and his staff and his crew, they're like peoples. Zola Torres is the label head. Eddie Palmieri II. Hey, there you go. Haha.
Hey.
I can't even talk over Eddie.
Uptown's finest.
Oh, nice reverb slap.
Puerto Rican, right?
Yes, Eddie Palmieri, Boricua. And in any event, so I've collaborated with him a number of times for like 20 years at this point, dating back to Denmark, opening up for him in concert, opened up for his 75th birthday. We've done fundraisers for the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. I mean, on and on. He wrote some original compositions for my first documentary that I directed, Doing It in the Park, Pick Up Basketball NYC. We started, kind of like really vibing at that point. I was in the studio giving his band direction and, supervising and everything. And, beautiful brother, man. Eddie at this point is, 83?
Yeah.
And still nasty, like his... Anyway, so...
And funny.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Really?
You got to have him up here.
I would love to have him
real
up here.
talk, Eddie is bananas, yo.
Would he play?
If you brought out a piano,
Yeah.
perhaps. Yeah, you guys got a studio.
We got a studio
here.
for that. Yeah, because we had John Batiste up here. He brought his band.
Dope.
And we did a jam session at a bunch of MCs. Robert Glasper has come up. We recently had Maurice Better Brown.
Time out. So why don't we have our band, the M19s, come up?
Well, shit, man, I was working my way to that. I'm trying to butter y'all up. I ain't even got to do the butter. I ain't got to
We ready, yo. We ready.
Vegan butter.
Vegan butter?
Yeah.
That's what we at now? All right. We could definitely do that because in the M19s, that's a bus line, right? Or where did that name come from?
Yeah, so I grew up on East 96th Street. I grew up on West 97th.
Yeah.
And Central Park has an artery that cuts through those two neighborhoods, and the bus that travels that artery was the M19. They've since renamed it.
What's the bus line now?
I think it's just the M96 now, I think.
Oh,
when did they rename it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've been on that. We've been on that bus. Yeah. That's what I was like. Because you also does an M19 heart band watch that you wear that measures your heartbeat too. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Not up.
So initially I thought you named the band after the watch. I was like, oh, that's clever. Heartbeat, the beat.
Nah.
Okay, whatever.
No,
man.
that's good.
Yeah,
we could use that.
Be thinking, bro.
Yeah, we can run with that.
Sponsorship.
We can
Well,
run with that.
it's Bobbito and Stretch. I figure whatever you see on the surface cannot be the meaning, So I try to dig deep, Even when we're listening to this album, Rich, you're gonna love this album.
Yeah?
You're gonna love this album. Anybody tuned in, you're gonna love this album. You can listen to this with your kids, or if you are a kid, a lot of artists should listen to this album. Even though the album, you guys are reimagining songs, music that's already been played, correct?
Let's use that word too, reimagining.
Reimagining?
Yeah,
Like
we're
that?
gonna. Yeah, You want to be our publicist, bro?
I could do something. You should be in more places, We could do some shit, How did you two, though, like in the thought process, like say, for example, and I'll start comparing you guys, me and King Tech, but whenever we have a project, I'm one way, he's the other. And the hardest part is meeting in the middle and just, okay, let me just swallow this one. How did y'all where did it begin? I know
so it's funny in the early mid 90s we actually had a deal on the table with Columbia. Faith Newman who signed Nas and Curious and Big L.
What are you talking about?
Huh?
Me and you had a deal?
You don't even remember this?
Nah.
Yeah, we were gonna do an album through Columbia. Yeah.
Word?
And at that time in
I love it.
93, 94. Yeah.
Word?
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember that at all.
I know.
And that's my fam. I work with
the hilariousness is that whenever Bob and I have a project and we're, doing the promo runs and whatnot, like we every day one of us will say something about our history or something that one of us did at the time that you'd think was important or that the other would know, and no.
like your first album deal, right? And he doesn't remember.
What? Yeah.
Word? We didn't take it?
So at the time,
what happened, Stretch?
at the time we could have done that because our tastes were so aligned. But as the 90s progressed, our tastes really began to diverge. Now the interesting thing is, I think on the surface, this album, to fans of ours would be like, oh yeah, this totally makes sense for Bob. But for Stretch, it's a little bit. It looks like Stretch taking a little bit of a leap. And what's really cool is that when Bob and I came out with our film, Stretch and Bobbito, Radio That Changed Lives, we toured the world over 60 cities, and we DJ'd each screening and after party together. And my ears really got open to a lot of the music that Bob was playing in a way maybe that I wouldn't have been previously. So this album actually really is. It's not a reflection of the sum total of my tastes and whatnot, but it really feels good for where I'm at in 2020.
Wow, that's great, man. That's good. So you guys, it's something to be said to the testament of your tandem. People. I don't know if y'all didn't start. Y'all started in college, right? Or where did y'all first meet?
It's in the movie.
That you're in.
I bet the movie I've watched a ton of times.
Yeah, so Bob
but not everybody listening, Stretch.
No.
So it saw the movie, man. I'm sorry.
Bob was working at Def Jam, and I was a student at Columbia. I got the radio show at Columbia, and Bob and I had been friends for only months. And I was like, "Yo, you wanna host a radio show with me?" I was like, "Duh."
And
isn't that how it happened with you and Tech?
Nah, man. No. By the time we got the radio, it was like, look, if this shit don't work, I'm going to UPS. It didn't happen that way for me and Tech.
Let me add in that, in terms of meeting in the middle, I think Stretch and I, aside from DJing together all these years and having radio shows and doing the film, we have a really strong rapport at this point. Like I know Stretch's strengths, he knows my strengths. I know his weaknesses, he knows my weaknesses. So when we were in the ideation stage of like, yo, what songs are we gonna do? And then when we were in the studio, how are we curating this? How are we empowering our musicians to flex when they should and pull them back when they shouldn't? And we were like super in sync with each other. The only issue that came up, oddly enough, is the one song that was on homage to the 90s. So it's called Anna from Woolside, Be Sweet. And Stretch was like, yo, we should, because it was like a medley, right? We have 5 bangers from the 90s from our radio show. And Stretch was like, yo, we should split them up and
play me right now
and put them as interludes throughout the album. And I was like, nah, it should be one song. And then I was like, yo, how funny would it be if we split up again?
Arguing over
90s hip hop. It's like if we talk about soul, jazz, funk, we like, yo, word. And then 90s hip hop, like, nah, B, it should be one song. Like,
fucking Stretch, yo.
It's got to be the white guy's fault.
Come on, man, Stretch.
I was like, it would be a good marketing strategy for the album. You're like, Stretch and Bob split up again.
They broke up again, and this is their last work together, that what a way to start the album off, though. Like if and the thing I like about it is Anna from Woolside.
Yeah, Anna from Woolside.
Anna from Woolside. Woolside. What does that mean?
Who's a real person?
Oh, yeah. Anna's a real person.
Anna is a real.
This is as random as you can get. Anna was a caller. She was from Woodside, Queens.
Wow. So you named it after her? Was she your first caller? Or
no. She just remember. She listened every week, and she was really she wasn't even listening because she loved hip hop. She was listening because she knew her man was listening. She was
checking to see if he
was calling up.
Yeah.
Oh shit! She was gangster before the word was
mind you, this is 4:30 a.m.
Trolling.
That she's calling up,
trolling through radio.
Early troll.
I didn't even think about
that. Early troll.
Wow, so
proto troll.
So listen, I'm sure you have listeners for here as well as your show with KMEL. Like that were just so faithful.
Yeah.
And our audience wound up knowing Anna because we would shout her out she would call up every week for 8 years.
Where is she now? Where is she today?
We don't know.
Y'all should find her.
No, we tried interviewing her for the film, but she declined.
Anna declined?
Anna from Warsaw, yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Did she marry the guy?
Nah.
she completed her mission? I'm going to play this song. And then, listen, these are amazing two individuals right here.
Shout out to Anna from Warsaw.
And they got a release party at the Kennedy Center.
That's right. Tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Yep. Well, it's a concert followed by an after party.
It's followed by an after party. And on the 23rd, they'll be at the Gramercy.
In New York.
In New York City, at the Gramercy Theater. Bobbito and Stretch Armstrong are here. The album is No Request. It's out tomorrow.
Can't hold back or fold, cause I'm a man with soul, in control and effect, so what the heck? Rock the discotheques and this groove is what's next. Attack, react, exact, or mac, or move you with a strong song as long as you groove to this. I keep the crowd loud when you hype, do damage on stage and injure the mic. As I shoot the gift, MC stand stiff, while my rhymes stick to you like Skippy and Jif. Feel my blood fist on my death kiss, the rap soloist, you don't want none of this. Supreme in this era, I reign with terror. When I grab the mic, believe you're gonna hear a fascinating rhyme as I enchant them. So let's all sing the Big Daddy anthem.
Yeah.
Remix.
Man, the album is No Request.
Thank you, Sway.
Stretch and Bobbito, the M19s, man. The
M19s.
You don't want to be that.
No.
That ain't where you want to go with this band. This is hey. Woo.
Yo, I was curious, Sway.
The other one.
Yeah, no.
Yo, Stretch.
Go ahead,
No.
Stretch.
Does it? So two questions, right? I get people coming up to me like, "Yo, Stretch," and he definitely gets, "Yo, Bobbito,"
Yeah.
Does that happen to you? Do people come to you, "Yo, Tech," or do people go to Tech and ask him?
I'm Tech, bro. To most people, I'm Tech.
Word.
I love it when artists come up here. Yo, Tech, I used to listen to the show all the time.
Yeah.
Thank you. They don't call Tech Sway, though.
Uh-huh.
But they call me Tech, and I'm proud to be King Tech.
Okay.
Absolutely. What's your second question?
I was curious if that happened to you, because that happens to us all the time, right? And then the second question is, I noticed, right, that throughout this interview, you've been saying Bobbito and Stretch, where generally people always say Stretch and Bobbito. Mm-hmm. So is this quietly like your way of being like you wish it was Sway and Tech and not Tech and Sway?
It is Sway and Tech. It is Sway and Tech.
It's in the documentary.
Yeah.
Yours, matter of fact.
It's Sway and Tech. Yeah.
Well, Stretch, I'll tell you something. It used to be King Tech and Sway.
It was.
And MC
It
Sway.
was.
So
Yeah.
Bobbito has
No,
never. I'm MC Sway to
Like,
Bobbito.
So yes,
Like when you had
to
a-
this
when you
day,
had a-
you still are MC
I'm
Sway.
MC
Like,
Sway.
When you had a record, it was
It
that's
was
what
King. The first project we put out.
Giant? No.
Before Giant, independently, we did an EP called Flynamic Force. And early on, it was always King Tech and Sway.
That's how I remember you.
Yeah. And
I
showing your age.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's
No, I'm
fine.
not
It is.
sorry. I don't
Yeah,
apologize.
exactly. It is what it
That's
is.
There you
Do your
go.
listeners know?
no.
They don't know you as an MC
No.
at all.
Some folks do. Maybe,
Yeah,
you know.
every guest DJ we have.
Every
up
guest
here,
DJ
they'll try
will
to,
play
like,
an
they try
old
to
school.
flex.
Yo, Sway, look at this.
Yeah.
Follow for now. Damn dog. They'll throw something on, but we changed it because back when we started, you had Mantronics and MCT. You always the DJ, Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Yeah, no doubt.
The DJ.
Cash Money, Marvelous Marv.
Eric Rakim.
Eric B. and Rakim,
Word.
so it was
Great
King
example.
Tech and Sway. And when we went to radio, around the same time we went to radio, we had got a deal with Giant Warner Brothers, and strategically decided, and it was Tech's decision. Hey man, let's just make it Sway and King Tech. And then I said, well, fuck it, let's make it Sway and Tech. People call you King Tech, they call you King Tech. It's just easier to do.
Sure.
Man, everything we did was strategic, plotted. We didn't care who got named first. I didn't give a fuck about any of that. We were just trying to make it. So the radio really made it more Sway and Tech than the music did.
The radio.
Suckers never play me. One of the songs on a couple things. The Mexican on the what was that? The Babe Ruth joint.
Yes,
Okay.
originally at Babe Ruth,
Original.
and then our reinvention, which we took in a lot of reimagination,
and put an amazing vocalist on it.
Yes, Mireya Ramos. Yeah,
and
Latin Grammy Award winner, by the way, and she just got nominated for a Grammy as well.
Let's turn that up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the original.
We playing the original.
Okay, yeah. Let's play the track 6.
Stretch and Bobbito.
No, track
M19.
7. Track 7. Okay, that's the original. I think this LP came out in 72 or something like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, he did it like that.
You see what we did back there? Yeah, that's off the album No Requests.
We DJ-fied the record, made it more friendly to our friends.
Okay, we gonna give it the Cool Herc Cedar Park analysis here.
So here, that's nice.
You gonna throw another acapella? No. Oh yeah, there's a vocal coming outside. No, but the Big Daddy Kane joint was dope. I was like, whoa, I'm feeling that.
The video is amazing. We'll talk about that momentarily.
Okay. We're gonna be able to listen to the vocal?
Yeah.
Oh, word. Cool. Thank you.
Album No Requests out tomorrow. Stretch Armstrong and Bobbito.
Yeah, here we come with the Plena beat. This is Afro Boricua roots music that dates back 100, 200 years.
Wow.
Slave communities come from West Africa, combine it with the island rhythm. The Plena drum is, we're feeling good right now.
I'm feeling that right.
Taino.
Yeah, Rich Lowe.
Shout out to Louisa.
'So Mireya Ramos, that's the vocalist. She's also a violin player. That's her playing the violin, killing it.
Uh. 888-742-3345. You want to talk about music? Call us. Stretch Armstrong and Bobbito are here. Sway in the morning. We're going to reel up, fellas. I want to get to one more thing. That's all right. Yeah, first of all, this video to this song, The Mexican, is very powerful. I didn't know. I thought it was Bob. We talked, communicated last night. It's like, yo, I'm going to send you the link to the video. Watch it. You're going to love it. I guarantee. Watch it.
Yeah.
And so when we were coming up, this particular song, we just called them breaks at that point, but this is what we would dance to. You know, that's what the B-boys and B-girls are. This shit came on, people just got crazy. Mm-hmm. And so when you told me that, I was like, oh, I know I'm going to see a lot of B-boys and B-girls. I know I love when people put the spotlight on the dancers. And you do see the dancers, but in the illest form ever, man. And you also see in this video the coverage of the caravan of the population of people who were in that exodus coming from South America through Mexico, Guatemala, right, to get to the United States. But you see it in a way I didn't see it on the news networks.
Of course not.
You saw people marching, and the people who were marching looked like they were just destined to their freedom. And even when they were confronted with authorities at borders, at different border gates, and you see these people with these uniforms on and these shields and these batons and these guns or whatever they had, and as people were just like determined to break through that border, on the side of it, you could see just a group of folks dancing, singing, celebrating.
Yeah.
Their lives could have been at stake in that moment. And that's how they wanted to express whatever it was that was going on. Like the concept behind the video, what made you want to go that route?
Well, it's odd. I've directed 3 films, right, including me and Stretch's doc, and I had never directed a music video. And I spoke to Stretch about it. I was like, yo, like, you know, the Mexican is powerful in terms of like how, because we didn't just cover the song. We rewrote the lyrics. You know, we added a plena beat to it. You know, we rearranged it and so that it was relevant to today. Just so happened that Nick Quested, who's our former roommate, interviewed in our doc, and executive producer of our doc, just finished directing a documentary for National Geographic called So Far From God, where he follows a couple of families traveling from Honduras and Guatemala through Mexico to the U.S. border. And I didn't even know that. I sent them the Mexican just to listen to on the strength, like, yo, you same thing like you are peoples. Me and Stretch got a project, you know, check it out. He listens to it. He's like, yo, this version is crazy. Check out this film that I'm doing. So I watch it and I'm like, yo, your film is crazy. And I said, would it be okay if I use some of the B-roll to illustrate the lyrics in the song The Mexican? So the crazy thing is that the original Mexican, the Babe Ruth version from 1972, 73, whatever, was actually a protest to the depiction of John Wayne's film, The Alamo, because there was a lot of historical inaccuracies in that. So there's a whole layer of like political activity in this song throughout, you know, you ask Crazy Legs if he knows that, I doubt it.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like there's a whole like nuance to the song that we wanted to bring out in the video. And so you know, luckily we both know a lot of dancers around the world.
Who are some of the dancers you featured?
Well, I'm a member of Rocksteady, so,
yeah, so
I'm not.
That was an easy phone call.
Not a member.
Yeah, I saw the Rocksteady tee. Yeah, you couldn't get the rhythm.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Legs, unfortunately, was out of the country. You know, he's doing a lot of peace work now. He's in Puerto Rico right now, helping with the earthquake, you know, reconstruction and everything. But why not Shadow, B-Girl Phoenix, B-Girl Bonita.
Nice.
Who else is in it? Easy Mike and Jazzy Jess from Switzerland. So there's actually like 7 locations in that music video. Oddly enough, right, on a budget for an indie label, which is like unheard of. You know, we got Guatemala, Honduras, LA, Phoenix, Switzerland, New York, Mexico, obviously, and you know, how we pulled that off, I don't really know, but but it's powerful. Now, you know, we wanted to have a take action, so we pointed people at the end of the video to raicestexas.org. They're doing a lot of legal advocacy work for asylum seekers, refugees, and now UNICEF just hit us up. They want to use the video to, you know, open up the vision of what people are going through outside of our borders. You know, the crazy thing is that, you know, Mexicans don't cross our border.
Yeah.
The border crossed them.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a lot of misinformation about the Mexican-American War, and you know, it's not our complete platform to, you know, be the front line of that that movement, but you know, it's like it's going on. We did an incredible song, and I think we owe it to the people to share some light, you know, as best as we can as artists, you know.
Conduits.
Yeah.
There it is. Stretch Armstrong and Bobbito. The album is called No Request. It's available tomorrow. Is this video ready yet? Is it out yet?
The video is on YouTube. It's on our Instagram, Stretch and Bobbito, at Stretch and Bobbito, and you know, we got other videos coming up too. We're gonna be recording at the Kennedy Center tomorrow. So we'll create some music videos out of that.
Yeah, if you come out tomorrow, come camera ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Stretch. I still say Armstrong. Does that bother you, man?
Why?
Oh, okay.
No, his Instagram is Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, I know, but I never. People always call you Stretch. I never hear people say the Armstrong. I'm still old school though, man.
Yeah, it's you know.
It's okay.
You call me whatever you want.
I'm old school too. That's why I call you MC Sway. You know, I see you outside like MC Sway. What up?
Bob, when you call me MC Sway, you're looking at me like, right? Yeah. Every time for years, like MC Sway, man. Fuck that MTV shit and all that other shit. I get it. I get it. You're feeding your kids. You MC Sway, dude.
Can I share when we did Converse Band of Ballers?
Oh yeah, go.
Do you remember that? So they hired Sway to host it, and they brought me down to do some of the play-by-play. And but when they cut it into the MTV actual episode,
filter,
like they basically, I was like nowhere to be found.
Oh really?
I was like, I was basically the play-by-play for the games that there. But when I was like all amped up to see it on MTV, and it's like, and then Sway is there like, yo, what's up? This is Sway, and I'm here.
What's up, girl?
And you,
and then, yo, and I was laughing. I don't. Hopefully, this is not messed up, but
no.
Like, I remember looking at you, yo, your face.
It's getting messed up. Bob.
No. Because the cameras, they be like, they have like the sign behind, like, okay, scream.
Yeah.
And the crowd would be like super extra, like, yeah, like, what I'm saying? Like, it'd be like the cue. Like, they were amped to see you, but like, there was like a whole back production, to MTV. Like,
clap.
Yeah, clap, yeah.
Clap now for MC Sway.
More energy.
The red light would go on, and I was just there like, yo, look at my man, yo. I love him, yo.
That's MC Sway. he felt like you did when Big got on the Brat Trap.
Damn.
I know what you're saying, Bob. It's cool. We all had to do some shit.
Yo, you were in your moment. You were having fun. I lost no respect for you, but it was just bugged to me to see that backside.
Yeah.
To the production.
Absolutely, man. But I was so happy we got a chance to do that. I never saw the final edit though. Once we left, it went into a whole ad sales filter. It's an ad sales thing. What does ad sales got to do with this? Nah, trust me, they're gonna produce the pieces. But that was great. We got to do that.
Fun.
Stretch and Bobbito are here.
He reversed it.
You saw that? I know what he did.
Put it back.
Stretch and Bobbito are here. Stretch, you first. If you want to reach them, how can they reach you on social? At
Stretch and Bobbito.
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, and Stretch and Bob on Twitter.
We have
and I'm sorry, our band has its own handle. It's the M19s Band, spelled just like the way it sounds.
Just like that with the S.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
EJ in West Virginia, you want to say something to these fellas?
Yes, sir. What up, Sway? You guys know who I am. Long-time citizen, multi-time caller. So, Stretch and Bobbito.
Is he your Anna from what side?
He's Anna from Wu side.
Yeah, is he like the equivalent?
Nah.
Yeah. EJ
is he trolling his girlfriend right now?
EJ, where's your lady at, bro?
She's at work.
Okay.
She knows I call in though. But
I thought he said she's the worst. She's at work. My bad. I feel like we're back on the air right now.
You are.
I know. I'm just saying. Like I feel like we're back at KCR right now, taking live calls.
So EJ, what you want to say to him?
So here's what I want to say. Shout out to you guys and the legacy that you guys have in the hip hop game and everything. And my introduction to you guys was through the documentary, and then also following up with my mentor to get even more education on you guys' legacy. So then hearing you guys on here again, being a long time listener, I'm like, oh, they're back, hearing about this album and everything. And so just my job as a DJ. For you guys, what I'm definitely going to do is scoop the album, no question, by what I've heard. I'm like, oh, this is fire. I already know. Yeah, I can't wait to scoop this and then be able to play this at so many events, because it happens a lot of times. People are like, yo, what's this song called? I was Shazamming this or that, and I'm writing stuff down. So I'm already thinking like my part for you guys and to keep everything moving forward is I can't wait to get the album and then press it forward at a lot of events that I do, because I just even hearing it, it's got that vibe, it's got the soul, it's got the funk, everything that I can work with.
Thank you.
Hey man, EJ, that
was a great call.
That was a good call, man. There ain't no MTV signs behind them or nothing. It's real, Bob.
His girl is listening.
We'll take a final caller. Jordan in South Carolina. What up, Jordan?
Hey, Jordan.
What's going on, guys? How you doing? Thanks for taking my phone call. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. What's on your mind?
Hey, I just want to say this is my first time calling in, first time reaching through. I've been trying to follow up with you guys for a while, so I appreciate you, Sway, for taking my phone call. I'm a truck driver. I've been listening to music for a long, long period of time. I'm a hip-hop head. I come from the Bronx. I know about Stretch and Bobbito coming back from the 80s, 90s, so on and so on. long story short, I'm literally getting up, driving my 600 miles I gotta drive today. I put on Spotify and I see Stretch and Bobbito's their new album. So I'm like, oh crap, they got some new joints coming out. Next thing I know, I put on Sway 45, boom, they interviewing. So I want to find out. I love the music. Been following Stretch Bobbito for, I'm not going to say how old I am, but for a long period of time. What inspired you guys to do this album? I love the instrumentals.
Sway 45.
Let them rock, Stretch. Let them rock.
Live at Sway 45.
What inspired it? Because it's like, why now?
I mean, it's an excellent question.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's not that deep. I mean, when we were touring the film, I said to Bob, I was like, "Yo, we're going to all these incredible cities, meeting all these great music people. It would be really dope if we could actually make some music with these people, like, internationally, like just and come up with an album that was recorded around the world." It didn't happen logistically; it was too challenging. And then after the film, Bob was working on his next film. We did the NPR podcast for 2 seasons, and we were just kind of, our bandwidth was full. And
What's Good? Was that the?
Yeah, What's Good?
What's Good? Yeah, I remember that.
And after all that kind of, wound down, we were like, oh wait, now we can make an album. And that's really there wasn't really a thing that inspired it. I mean, sometimes we just have these ideas that just come out of thin air. And we said, let's do it. And it was like what happened with the radio. Yo, let's do a radio show. And then it happened that I got an opportunity to be on the radio, and I brought Bob along, and the rest is history. Same thing with this. It was like, yo, let's record an album. And since Bob had already been speaking with Eddie Palmieri and Eddie's crew at the label about doing something, Bob told them, he's like, yo, we want to do an album. I want to do it with Stretch. What do you think? Yeah, let's do it. Like 5 days later, we're in the studio with musicians.
Shit, you got that, Jordan?
Yo.
Yeah, all right, man. You're a citizen, Jordan.
I mean, allow me to add, though. I think
you could always add.
I think
I wouldn't expect nothing less.
Stretch and I have reinvented ourselves a number of times, almost like every single decade, right? And we constantly are looking for new challenges. As creatives, as New Yorkers, as just, visionaries. And we did some great things in the 90s, right? We don't want to be stuck in the 90s. And one of the reasons why the album is called No Request is because I think if you ask most people, what should we do on this album? Most people be like, yo, get Rakim, get Pete Rock, get Primo, get all the people that were integral to your 90s era. But we didn't do that. We took a little curveball, and we hope that people have an open mind, similar to when we DJ in clubs, and we want people to come with an open mind. Like, don't come asking us for 90s hip hop. I mean, it's not the worst thing. Of course, we love 90s hip hop. We are 90s hip hop forever.
Yeah.
Can't escape that. But
no escaping it.
But it's like we have a lot of interest, and we're trying to explore that. So that's what the album represents.
Absolutely, and you've done an excellent job. And
thank you.
Absolutely, this project it was so refreshing to tune in, listen to it a couple of times already.
Word.
I want to thank y'all for coming, man. Come back anytime. We got to talk about bringing the band up.
Please.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
Where's Kelly at, by the way?
Did she come in yet?
She's so important in this whole us being here, but.
Yeah, well,
we're about to go to rehearsal right now, literally.
Tell Kelly to meet you there. Really?
Down the block. And allow me to just one more time say the album is available on all digital platforms starting tomorrow. We have 4 singles that are out now. We're going to have vinyl and cassette.
Whoa.
Sway. With Fat Beats. We're doing CDs with Rope-A-Dope. Big up to Uprising Music, NYC. Big up to ADA and Warner Music Group for their support on the distribution side.
Nice.
And, you're looking at an independently funded, independently conceived project, and we just hope that your listeners will be so kind to give it a shot.
Absolutely.
Even if it's not what you normally would play on a regular basis, we think that if you have an ear and an open mind, that that you're gonna love this album.
Absolutely. Stretch and Bobbito, man. Thank you for coming through.
Can we plug tomorrow one more
He's
time?
cutting us off.
You know, Layla Ali is standing outside.
But Washington D.C. tomorrow night at the Kennedy Center.
Word up.
The 17th and the 23rd, New York City at the Gramercy.
Word.
Peace. Anything else?
Nah, love you, Sway.
Love y'all, man.
Yeah, love you too,
I love
Sway.
y'all,
Wonder.
man. Love y'all, bro.
right.
Wonder he love you too.
Love
one of the people featured on this album is Maimuna Youssef. We know her as Moo Fresh.
Word.
She's been on this
She
show.
crushed her freestyle up here. I
saw that shit.
What?
Yo, she's one of the illest in the game.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody out rapping her.
Yeah.
Okay, and she
Ain't
y'all
nobody out singing her either.
Or out writing her.
Absolutely. Y'all reimagined Shaka Khan's joint, I Know You, I Live You.
Yep.
And she killed it. Here it is. And we're going to open up the phone lines. The legendary Muhammad Ali daughter, Layla Ali, is here to talk about her new project, The Ali Family. Come on, man. You want to talk with her? 888-742-3345.